It's a sunny morning in Mountain View, California, March 2018. Walter Wang, a 38-year-old engineer at Apple, dropped his kid off at the school. He gets into his Tesla Model X, the car of the future, and gets on Highway 101. He turns on autopilot. This man, he trusts the system, he trusts the vision, but 19 minutes later, the car gets confused by a faded lane line. Instead of correcting, it accelerates. It steers him directly into a concrete median barrier at 70 miles per hour. Sadly, Walter didn't make it. This tragedy sparked a massive investigation. But here's the thing that I found really curious. While the regulators were investigating Tesla for safety, Tesla stock went to the moon. This is the Tesla paradox. It's a company built on promise that technology will save us, but what happened when the rush to save the world requires sacrificing the people living in it? And more importantly, remember when Tesla was the only electric car that mattered? Well, take a look at the road today. Something has changed. The king of EVs is suddenly under siege. And the irony is, Elon Musk might have built the very weapon that is now trying to kill him. To understand why Tesla is pivoting so hard to AI today, we have to go back to the moment they almost died. Remember 2017, the Model 3 launch? It was supposed to be the iPhone moment for cars, but inside the factory, it was a disaster. Everyone thinks Elon Musk is this invincible genius playing 4D chess, right? In an interview years later, Musk admitted the terrifying reality of that time. He said, "We were about a month from bankruptcy. The Model 3 run was extreme stress and pain for a long time. They were burning cash. They were building cars in a leather tent in the parking lot because the factory was broken. Wall Street was shorting the stock, betting on Tesla's death. Elon needed a miracle. He needed a place with cheap labor, a massive supply chain, and a government that moved faster than the speed of light. He needed China." So, in 2018, Musk strikes a historic deal. For the first time ever, the Chinese government allows a foreign automaker to own 100% of their factory in Shanghai. No joint venture, no sharing profits. This was unprecedented. Why would China do that? Why would they invite the American wolf into the sheep pen? Now, standard logic says China made a mistake. They let Musk keep all his profits, but the Chinese government was playing a much longer game. They didn't want Tesla's money. They wanted Tesla's threat. There is a concept in management called the Catfish Effect. If you transport sardines, they die because they are lazy. But if you put a catfish in the tank, the sardines swim for their life to avoid being eaten. Tesla was the catfish. The lazy Chinese car companies were the sardines. Musk thought he was conquering a new market. Then this number hit the desk. And just when you think you know how the story ends, in 2019, the Shanghai Gigafactory went from a dirt lot to producing cars in under 12 months. It saved Tesla. The cheap cars coming out of China boosted Tesla's margin to the moon. But here is the thing that really gets interesting. To build those cars, Tesla has to train local suppliers. They taught Chinese company how to make batteries, how to do gigacasting, and how to work at Tesla's speed. Just so you know, one of those sardines watching closely, a battery company called BYD. Fast forward to today, the sardines have become sharks. BYD is now selling EVs that are cheaper and some say better than the Tesla Model 3. Tesla is stuck. They solved the electric car, but now everyone else has to. You will expect the company that started EV revolution to stay on top forever, wouldn't you? But here's the catch. In Q4 2023, a headline flashed across Bloomberg that shocked the entire industry. BYD sold more electric vehicles globally than Tesla. Now, the student had become the master, and to fight back, Tesla had to slash prices. They started a brutal price war. Investors cheered the sales volume, but the CFO was looking at a different chart. Then this drops. We looked at the financials. In 2022, Tesla had operating margins of 16%, industry-leading Ferrari level, but Q1 2024, that margin had collapsed to 5.5%. They are crashing their own profitability just to hold onto market share. If they keep selling cars, they become just another Ford or Toyota, low margin, high competition. Elon Musk doesn't want to be the CEO of Ford. So, what does he do? He pivots. He decides that cars are the past, robots are the future. Now, you think that the smart move is to build a $25,000 cheap car to fight back BYD? That's what investors wanted. That's what the market needed. But Musk canceled it. He bet the entire farm on something that doesn't legally exist yet. We've all heard the promise that our car will drive themselves next year since 2016. Am I right? The next thing you know, we dug up the master plan part 2 from 2016. Musk wrote that by 2020, there will be 1 million Robotaxi on the road. It is now 2025. The number is 0. But despite the missed deadline, despite the tragedies like Water Huang, Musk is doubling down. He is betting that FSD, which we know full self-driving will work, and that Tesla will stop selling cars to people and start selling transportation as a service. So, what can we learn from this high-stakes poker game? Because whether Tesla wins or loses, the move they are making right now are a textbook case study. Beta test ethics. Remember Water Huang, the engineer who trusted the system too much? That tragedy highlights a brutal truth about innovation. I looked into Harvard Business School case study on ethical leadership in tech, and this stuck. Tesla operates on a philosophy of public beta testing. Traditional company tests in a lab for 10 years. Tesla releases the software to 1 million users and fixes it when it breaks. This allows them to innovate at incredible speeds. But the unintended consequence is that the public becomes the crash test dummy. The lesson? Speed has a cost. If you move fast and break things, sometimes the things you break are people. The supply chain paradox. Remember how Gigafactory Shanghai saved Tesla? It seemed like a masterstroke. I found a fascinating analysis from MIT Supply Chain Management program on cooptation. When you outsource your core competency to a region to save money, which is China, you are effectively engaging in technology transfer. Tesla trained the Chinese supply chain to be world-class. Now, that supply chain is being used by BYD to undercut Tesla. The lesson? Your greatest partner today creates your greatest rival tomorrow. Never outsource your core magic without a plan to defend it. Escaping the commodity trap. We talk about the margin dropping from 16 to 5%. That is the sound of a product becoming commodity. This comes straight from The Innovator's Dilemma by Clayton Christensen. When a technology becomes good enough, like EVs are now, the profit shift from the hardware to the software. Musk knows he can't win a hardware price war against China. His only exit path is to solve autonomy, to turn the car into software. In your own portfolio or business, ask yourself, am I selling commodity? If you are competing on price, you are already dead. You must pivot to a layer where you have a monopoly, either on software or brand or an IP, before the price war kills you. Here's the question that will determine the next decade of the auto industry. Elon Musk is betting that he can solve AI before BYD bankrupt his car business. Here is the future scenario. The bull case is that the Robotaxi works. Tesla becomes a $10 trillion AI monopoly that controls global transport. The bear case could be full system driving stalled. The catfish gets eaten by the sharks. Tesla stock crashes 80% to be valued like a normal car company like Toyota. Is Elon a visionary playing 4D chess, or is he a gambler who just ran out of luck? Tell me what you think in the comment below. Tesla is not the only company that China sacks and chases away. The same happens to Starbucks. That's the story for another video. Stay cool and most of all, stay insightful.